we're on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Will the officer please open the courtroom for the afternoon session?
State of Michigan, 36th District Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Miriam Martin Clark is presiding. While court is in session, there's no eating, drinking, driving. Mr. Thomas, there's no excessive walking or moving around. Please adhere to proper courtroom decorum at all times. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The court is calling case number SX356-51511, Jalil Al-Sayadi, AL-SAIDY. Jalil is JALIL. The charge is improper license. Count 2 of that same ticket is security failure. And Madam Clerk, was there more detail in the ticket for that charge?
That's what it stated, Your Honor. Motor vehicle without security.
All right, thank you so much. And count 3, driving an unregistered or untitled vehicle. If Mr. Al-Sayadi is in the virtual courtroom, will you please say your name for the record? Oh, Mr. Sayadi, we need to hear you speak. Say your name for the record.
He's on mute, Your Honor.
Mr. Al-Sayadi, unmute yourself, sir, so we can hear you. I need to hear you. Do you know how to unmute your device? Mr. Al-Sayadi, this was the problem all morning. Do you see a microphone on your device? I need you to unmute that microphone, Mr. Al-Sayadi, or we will not be able to hear your matter today.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Thank you. Say your name, please.
My name is Jalil Al-Sayadi.
Thank you so much. Who is representing Mr. Al-Sayadi?
Rudy Sarah P35720 on behalf of Jalil Al-Sayadi, who is on screen with us.
Thank you. And how do you wish to proceed, Mr.
The date and
Sarah?
time for arraignment, Your Honor, on a bench warrant. I would request that any outstanding warrants be recalled. We waive the formal reading and ask that not guilty pleas be entered on all 3 counts.
Thank you, sir. The bench warrant is recalled. We have entered the not guilty plea. And how do you wish to proceed, sir?
There is an offer for Mr. Al-Sayadi with whom I have discussed the offer, and that offer is to plead guilty to a failure to display, which is no points, in return for which the other charges would be dismissed. And he has indicated he would.
The last 4 numbers of the ticket to which Mr. Al-Sayadi is pleading, 51511?
Correct.
All right. Mr. Al-Sayadi, you've heard the representation of your lawyer. Are you in agreement with that representation?
Yes, I do.
And sir, do you understand your right to a trial?
Yes, I do.
Sir, if you were to have that trial, normally it would take place in person in the 36th District Court, but because of the pandemic, the courthouse is closed to the public. And so it is my understanding that you've agreed to participate on the Zoom proceeding today. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, did you have the opportunity to speak to your attorney about all of your rights?
Yes, I do.
Did anyone threaten you, promise you anything, or force you in exchange for your plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes, I do.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
And sir, do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are waiving or giving up your right to a trial?
Yes.
And sir, knowing that you're giving up your right to a trial, you wish to proceed with your plea today, is that correct?
Correct.
Please raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge and belief?
I swear, I swear.
All right, sir, you may lower your hand. And Mr. Al-Siadi, on the date, the time, and the location indicated in the ticket ending in 51511, were you driving a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes,
And sir, were you stopped by a police officer?
yes,
Did that officer ask you for a valid driver's license?
yes.
Did you have a valid driver's license?
I have suspended license. No,
Pardon?
I have suspended license.
Suspended license,
Yes.
which means it was not
It's
valid,
not
correct?
valid. No.
All right, Mr. Sarah, are you satisfied?
That is a more than sufficient basis.
Thank you. The court will accept the guilty plea. Being satisfied with the factual basis, we will accept the recommendation to amend the charge to failure to display and to dismiss the remaining matters previously read into the record. Madam Clerk, what is the total for Mr. Al-Sayadi?
Yes, Your Honor. The total for the plea is $240. He has 3 reinstatement fees, which is a total of $135, which brings his total to $375, and he posted a $300 bond.
All right, thank you, Mr. Al-Sayadi. We can apply your bond, and the difference that you owe is $75. Can you pay that $75 within 30 days?
I'll pay Monday.
All right, sir. Just in case, we will give you the 30 days, but if you can pay it Monday, you should do so. And if you have no questions, you may disconnect. Now, Mr. Al-Sayadi, this morning I did describe the methods of payment. I don't know if you heard, so I'm going to
No.
repeat. Okay, listen carefully.
Okay, go ahead.
You can pay online at 36districtcourt.org. That's 36 with TH. Or you can pay online at the DivDat app. That's DIVDAT. Or you can pay in person at the 36th District Court. They will allow you into the courthouse for the purpose of paying your fines and costs only. And you can do that at the pay window on the first floor or at the kiosk in the lobby. All right, any
I'll do it.
questions?
No, thank you so much.
All right, sir, you may disconnect from the hearing, and the court is calling Najib Omar Abdullah, and that last name is spelled Abdullah. Najib is spelled Najib-Omar, OMAR. Case number SX38129-962, and the charge is improper plates. Count 1 of that same ticket is no proof of insurance. Who is Mr. Najib Abdullah in the virtual courtroom?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, Wasabi Hamid, appearing on behalf of Abdullah Najib. I would ask the court to waive his presence for the arraignment. We would stand mute and ask for a pretrial, Your Honor.
All right, sir. For today only, the court is going to make an exception and waive his presence. I did explain, sir, that the arraignment stage is an essential stage, very important. And in a misdemeanor, the court does require that that defendant be present in person. Today, we will allow you to represent him. We will enter a not guilty plea. We will give you a pretrial date on which to return. And Madam Clerk, is that June 10? Do you have a date for me?
June 11th at 9 o'clock, Your Honor.
June 11, 2021 at 9 a.m., sir. And we will give Mr. Abdullah a personal bond. That means he does not have to pay any money, but he must return on June 11. And that will be a Zoom connection. So June 11, if he is not present, The court will capias him even if you are here in his stead. Okay, any questions?
And I thank you, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you may disconnect. And the court is calling Ibrahim Al-Rayashi. Al-Rayashi is spelled Alreyyashi. Ibrahim Al-Rayashi. And the case number is SP 112-15761. Is Mr. Al-Rayashi in the virtual courtroom? If
Yes,
so,
he is,
please-
Your Honor.
Thank
This
you,
is Scott
please.
Smith. I am his attorney.
All right, I need Mr. Al-Rayashi to say his name for the record, please.
Abraham Al-Rayashi.
Thank you, Mr. Al-Rayashi. Mr. Smith, your appearance, sir, including your P number.
Scott Smith appearing on behalf of Mr. El-Rayashi, P number 35856.
Thank you, sir. How do you wish to proceed?
Pleading not guilty, Your Honor, request the matter be set for a pretrial and ask for a personal bond.
All right, sir, it is so ordered. We will enter a not guilty plea for Mr. Al-Rayashi. We will give him the pretrial date of June 11, 2021, 9 a.m. And that will be a Zoom connection. So you will connect the same way you did today, except it will be in the morning at 9 a.m. And we will give you a personal bond. Mr. Al-Rayashi, means you don't have to pay any money, but you must be present on June 11. Any questions, Mr. Smith or Mr. Al-Rayashi?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
All right, gentlemen, you may disconnect. Thank you very much. The court is calling Khalid Al-Sabalik. Let me spell that name. Khalid
Amir.
We're ready, Your Honor.
Al-Sabahi. Case number SX382-16432. Al-Sabahi is A-L-S-A-B-A-H-I. Khalid is K-H-A-L-E-D. And the charge is limited access. Also, SX382-16431, same defendant driving while license suspended. Mr. Khalid Al-Sabahi, please say your name for the record.
Your Honor, if I may, Edward Trojanowski appearing on behalf of Mr. Khalid Al-Sabahi, P76616. Mr. Al-Sabahi, can you state your name for the record?
Khalid Al-Sabahi.
All right, Mr. Al-Sabahi, is Mr. Al-Sabahi going to have a language problem?
No, Your Honor.
Okay,
He speaks perfect English. Your
okay.
Honor, for arraignment purposes, my client waives formal reading the charges, stands mute. We'd ask that if you can possibly set it for a bench trial. I don't know if the court's doing that today. If so, we'd waive a right to a jury trial and have this matter set for a bench trial. If not,
The only reason we wouldn't do that, sir, is because you would not get the offer from
Right.
the prosecutor.
okay.
And you may want that. I would think you would want that. So we're going to set it for a pretrial today. And if if it isn't resolved at that stage, we will, of course, honor your request for bench trial.
Sure.
But for today, we will set it for pretrial, and that will be a Zoom connection on June 11, 2021 at 9 a.m. We will also give Mr. Al-Sabahi a personal bond. Means he does not have to pay any money, but he must return for the pretrial on June 11.
Your Honor, if I may, I'm supposed to be out of town that day. If we could do the 4th or the 18th, that would be great.
Madam Clerk, can we give another date for Mr. Al-Sabahi?
The 18th.
That's perfect.
18th. All right, sir. So your date is June 18th. Same time, same Zoom connection.
But that would be at 8:30, correct?
Madam Clerk likes me to set it at 9 o'clock.
That's
But
fine.
if you're here at 8:30, I'll be here at 8:30 to let you in.
All right, perfect. See you then.
All right,
Thank you.
sir. You're welcome. You may disconnect from the hearing, and the court is calling Jamal Thompson. Jamal Thompson, case number SP 112-14991. Jamal Thompson, the charge is unsafe accident. Count 2 of that same ticket is accident. And SP 112-15051, same defendant, no insurance. Is Mr. Jamal Solomon Thompson in the virtual courtroom? If so, please say your name for the record.
Mr. Thompson, unmute.
Yes, Your Honor. Jamal Solomon Thompson.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Thompson, can you connect with your video, please?
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Who is representing Mr. Thompson?
I am, Your Honor, Attorney Kiana Frangulik, P73015, on behalf of all matters.
Thank you. And Ms. Frangulik, how do you wish to proceed?
Your Honor, we waive formal reading on the matters. The matter that is set for informal hearing, we request a formal hearing, and to have the other matter set for a pretrial. I don't think trial dates are being set, really. So we'll set a pretrial for the misdemeanor.
All right, thank you very much. We will enter a not guilty plea on all matters. We will give you a pretrial date, and that pretrial date and the date for formal hearing will be the same, June 11, 2021 at 9 a.m. And we will give Mr. Thompson a personal bond. That means you do not have to pay any money, sir, but you must return for your pretrial on June 11, as well as your formal hearing. And it will be a Zoom connection at that time. If that changes, we will advise you by mail. Now, Ms. Frangulik, did you file your appearance with the court?
We did a while ago, Your Honor, when this matter was first,
Okay.
when the tickets were initially came out, we filed an appearance a long time ago, but we will file a new appearance to make sure. It might have gone into one file and not the other two. So we'll make sure that there's one filed on each individual ticket.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, then you may disconnect from the hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You can log off, Mr. Thompson.
All right,
Have a safe day.
Thank
Thank
you. Gerardo Ayala. Gerardo Ayala, and the case number is for Mr. Ayala. SP 114-21011. Gerardo Ayala, driver's license expired, and count 2 of that same ticket, open alcohol in a motor vehicle driver. Mr. Ayala, if you're in the virtual courtroom, please say your name for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. This is Gerardo Ayala.
Thank you very much. And the court is also calling Cortez Deshawn Thomas, case number SP 113-09041. The charge is improper plates. Count 2 of that same ticket, driving an unregistered or untitled vehicle. Count 3 of that same ticket is no insurance. Also, SP 113-09121. Same defendant, improper license. Is Mr. Cortez Deshawn Thomas in the virtual courtroom? If so, please say your name for the record. Mr. Cortez Thomas, please unmute yourself, sir, and say your name. Thank you. Who is representing these persons, Mr. Ayala and Mr. Thomas?
Rudy Sarah, P35720, on behalf of both defendants.
Thank you, Mr. Sarah. How do you wish to proceed?
Your Honor, I would ask that not guilty pleas be entered on behalf of both defendants and a pretrial date set.
Thank you. It is so ordered. Gentlemen, both of you is being given a not guilty plea. And each of you will be given the same pretrial date of June 11, 2021 at 9 a.m. And each of you gentlemen is getting a personal bond. It means you do not have to pay any money, but you must return on June 11. It will be a Zoom connection. So the same way you connected today, you will connect on June 11. And again, if you have any documentation that will assist the prosecutor in giving you the best offer that you are eligible for, bring that with you at the time you appear for your pretrial. Do either of you have any questions for the court? If
I would
not,
like to ask, Judge, if you could tell both defendants how much they will owe if they do not show up, the amount of the personal bond.
well, at this time, I'm going to assume that they will show up. So
Okay.
I'm not going to assume a negative.
Very
We'll
good.
be here, won't you, Mr. Ayala?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll be here.
A warrant will go out for your arrest. I will let you know that.
Oh,
Mr.
I know
Thomas, will you be here, sir? Okay. All right, gentlemen. Thank you
May I
so
say
much.
one more word before they leave, Your Honor?
Sure.
Gentlemen, I'm here to represent you today. I've looked at your charges based on my experience. You both have really good reasons to come back. You're probably going to get a deal. No one here is ever able to say, I guarantee you, you're going to get a deal. But I'm pretty sure that you're both going to come out way better off than you are today if you come back for that pretrial. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you. You may disconnect.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Sarah, is there anyone else to come before the live stream at this time?